Here is one of my favorite dependable wash day routines for defined curls featuring Giovanni Eco Chic stylers. You've seen these before. Hello, this is April with The Curl Story, a channel dedicated to helping you build your curl confidence with routines, techniques, and signature hairstyles. And we are starting today on wash day and on today's 2 and 3 as well to show you the different ways I use these stylers throughout the week. The first styler I'm applying here is a leave-in conditioner, and yes, it is a styler. It doesn't provide any hold, but it does provide a styling function. Today I'm using the Direct Leave-In Weightless Moisture by Giovanni, the Eco Chic line, and I'm just raking it in until I feel that my hair is detangled and it's softened and it has that slip that we're all looking for. I use a little bit more than a pea-size amount for all of my hair because it really does spread very easily. And as soon as that's all incorporated, we can continue by sectioning and clipping up our hair so we can start applying the gel. I really love upright styling, so I'm standing up, I'm in front of the mirror, so I can see how my hair is shaping up during the process. I want to see how it's curling, I want to see if there's any frizz happening, and I also have a little handheld mirror so I can check the back during the process as well. Here now I'm going to apply my second styling product, which is the LA Hold Styling Gel. This is a very thick consistency of gel, so I always start with just using a little bit first. So again, a pea-size amount. Emulsify that into your hands so you really evenly distribute the gel and you won't have any issues with clumps or globs in certain places, and it helps prevent putting too much gel on your hair in some areas and not enough in others. So this really helps you just add a little bit at a time and then move forward as you go. Once I have this styler applied, I'm going to do the finger coiling method for styling because that really helps me create defined curls, especially if you feel that your hair is really lacking hydration, if it's having a frizzy moment and you haven't quite figured it out yet. This finger coiling really helps to define the curls for you and give them a place to go, give them a family to hang on to, and this will help that curl last in that position until your next wash day. So I really love doing that. If you have more volume to your hair, then it can help create less volume because more definition is a little bit more compact. So I'll show you on day 3 what I do with my curls to try to get some of that volume back, because on day 3 I have even less volume than day 1, which will definitely vary for you as well. But as the days go on in my week, my hair just gets flatter and flatter. So I'll show you what I do about that. But here I did want to answer a few questions. So yes, this small section of hair, I used a pea-size amount of gel. So every about handful of hair, I guess you could say, I'm using a pea-size amount of gel. So every time I move to a new section, I'm wetting my hands again and adding a little bit more gel. So this way it's just little bits as I go. And here is the pro tip. So watch what I'm doing here. I'm wiping some of that gel all the way up to the root. That way my roots are covered with product, but it is a glazing of the product. So, and that really helps to prevent that crown frizz that you can get, because a lot of times, especially if you're doing upside down styling, you may not get the product all the way up to your root, especially if you have thick hair. It's really hard if you're scrunching, you're getting most of the product all in the ends of your hair, but it's not really getting coated evenly all up by the roots. If you do have finer hair, you can choose to use a foam or a mousse at the roots instead so that you don't have a heavy product that will weigh your hair down. This way, when your hair is completely styled, it will have a more uniform look from root to ends. Now, as I'm getting closer to the top of my head, here was another question. I had a lot of requests for helping to explain how to style the crown, because that part can get really messy or we could get weird part lines there. So when I was doing this sectioning before, I left this rectangle of hair on the top of my head to do last. So one end of that rectangle is right on the crown. From this point, we can just do the finger coiling as we have been all along in just these horizontal sections all through that rectangle until you get to your bangs. Anytime throughout this point, you can decide on your parting, whether you want to do a middle part or side part, diagonal part, and I'll leave a link to a video on those different options as well. It's really fun to change it up because really the parting of your bangs can really create a whole new look just by simply changing the direction that your hair is going to go and where you want the volume to be and how you want those face framing curls to be as well. So it's really fun. Today I decided to do a mini diagonal to part my bangs off to one side. I do the parting first and then continue on with the finger coiling to set the curls into place. And yes, it doesn't even look like I have any bangs. This is really, they're completely grown out, so they're hardly even face framing layers anymore. So you don't have to have a particular haircut to style your hair in this way. You can choose these parting styles or how you set your bangs to really just be how you style the hair in front of and around your face. And now that these curls have been defined, we're going to add the third styling product, which is the turbocharged styling mousse foam. It has a really long name. I'll link it down below. But I really love this product. It works perfectly well with the gel in this product line. You glaze it over the top of your hair as a final styler, and it adds that extra bit of hold and frizz protection. Listen here. Even at this point, you should still hear that squelching of the water in your hair with that product. That's how you know you're wet enough. If you are not hearing that sound, feel free to spray your hair with water at this point. Even though you're spraying it on top of your other products, that's perfectly fine. The combination of water and the styling products together is just magic. So don't be afraid that the products might be diluted. They actually are activated with the water, and the water helps to disperse it into the curl throughout your strand to help with mobility, with distribution, and with smoothing out the hair. So it really is a beautiful magic combination. Now to touch up those baby hairs, I know you may not have this issue, but I have a real big issue, especially around my face. So I just use the foam to just glaze over that as well. Once all of the styling products are in, then you can clip your hair up if you're going to air dry, or you can diffuse a little bit first, which I do prefer. I definitely get more volume, but I actually don't have a hair dryer today. My hair dryer that has served me so well over 10 years. I'm trying to think back and try to remember when I actually bought it, but I've had it forever. It's worked amazingly well. So I'll let you know which one I decide to get when I do get a new one. So I'm air drying today, and I'm just going to use my muslin blanket. It's really just a baby blanket, but it's super soft, super absorbent. It's really great because it doesn't cause any friction to my hair, and it keeps my shirt dry while I'm air drying for hours. So this is what it looks like when it's fully dried. There is a bit of a gel cast, and you can see all those curl families are really intact. They're really tight. They're doing their job. They're behaving. I'm just going to flip over and just try to fluff out the roots a little bit because I love to have more of that volume. So I'm combing out the roots to try to actually break up the curl families right at the root, to give my hair a little bit more space and a little bit more lift. You can see that it's soft, that it's bouncy, it has movement, but it also has structure. And of course, the structure was from the finger coiling that we did, again, which is a particular look that you definitely do not have to do. It's optional, but it just shows today on how the products work for that particular styling technique, and you can see underneath how well those curls are holding as well. So I'm also going to show you day 2 and day 3 and how I use the same styling products but for different reasons. And on day 2, all of the curls are still intact. I just have a bit of frizz over the top. My favorite way to tackle this is to just put my hair in a half up hairstyle because the curls underneath still look great. The top just needs a little bit of freshening up. But what we're here today is to show you how to do a refresh to still wear your hair down on day 2 without doing too much. So since the structure, the volume of the hair are still looking great, this is a great opportunity for a dry refresh. So we are only going to add the styling foam. We're not going to spray any water to it. We're just going to leave it as is, just glazing over some foam, and that'll just sort of bring those curls back to life, really lay down any of those frizzy bits on top, and just make it look like fresh wash day curls again. You can also use this technique to just touch up particular curls. Let's say if one curl got snagged on your purse strap or ruffled up in a hair accessory, using the foam or another light styling product is a great way to just touch up those little curl families, bring them back together again. And what about day 3? Yes, day 3 is going to be different for everyone. On this day, I feel that my hair is just a little bit too compressed and these curl families are tighter than before. So I'm going to separate them out as much as possible. This is going to just give the curls some more space, stack up on top of each other, and make my hair more three-dimensional than it is right now. I'm also going to fluff my roots, but actually even more than that, I'm going to go ahead and do a full scalp massage here. So I'm just really gonna get in there from all angles of my hair. Of course, I have it up in this claw clip. For some reason, I was just determined to wear it today, which is fine. We're just gonna work around it. And I am creating some crown frizz here, so I'm just gonna go back, refresh those baby hairs that came back up just with some more of that foam to finish off this look. And then I'll show you the overall result for day 3. So I hope this was helpful to see the different ways that you can use these 3 products from wash days and throughout the week, depending on the different situations that come up with your hair. So you can have the confidence to tackle it and create the style and finish that you're looking for. And hit that subscribe button for more curly content like this. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.